When tensions fly this high, there's very little room for debate. Thousands of pro-Ukrainian and pro-Russian protesters faced off on the Crimean Peninsula, an area with a substantial Russian population. The question, should Crimea remain Ukrainian or join Russia? Crimea is a Ukrainian territory, this man says, and all these demands to hand it to Russia are totally baseless. On the pro-Russian side, a very different view. Crimea should be Russian, he says. In Russia, there are many cultures, and they all have rights. In Ukraine, languages are banned and marginalized. One protester died during the demonstration, even as a line of police and local leaders tried to keep the two sides apart.
The situation here shows the deep divisions in Ukrainian society. On the one hand, you have thousands of pro-Russians, and on the other, thousands of pro-Ukrainians. Right now, they're screaming at each other, there's pushing and shoving, but no violence yet.
The large Russian population in southern Ukraine fears they might suffer under the new leadership in Kiev, that the Russian language and Russian culture might be banned. And some are taking the law into their own hands. As we drove past the many Russian military bases near the garrison town of Sevastopol, we saw this: a pro-Russian militia manning checkpoints, together with local police who are clearly not loyal to the government in Kiev. The men had an armored vehicle. They didn't let us film. We took these pictures with our cell phones. The militia answers to this man, Alexei Chali, the new mayor of Sevastopol, elected Sunday in a vote the central government says was illegal. Many here hail him as a champion of Russian interests. Chali says his new force is an anti-terror unit. Because there is grave danger, we are founding an anti-terror center, he says, that will coordinate all of our security forces. Fear, uncertainty, and anger are driving many people in Ukraine out into the streets these days. They feel these are decisive times and might determine the future of their nation. Fred Pleitgen, CNN, Simferopol, Ukraine.